Welcome back to Foot in Mouth. No Premier League football to talk about today, although there probably won't be any Premier League football to talk about for the rest of the season because apparently the season is already done. Liverpool have won the Premier League already in September. And I know what you're thinking, we're only 5 games in. They're only 5 points clear. You must be crazy if you believe that, and you would be very right there. But more on that topic tomorrow, because today we are going to give the time and respect to a competition that deserves said time and respect, a prestigious competition that we all know as the Carabao Cup. It's a cup that I think has kind of grown in importance over the years, ever since the Premier League became something of a farmers league with Pep Guardiola and his Manchester City kind of just running rampant. And the Carabao Cup is gettable for the most part. It's not a competition that the top dogs really take especially seriously, unless you're Manchester City. But with the way things have been going for them lately, are they much of a top dog anymore? There were a lot of opportunities for another Grimsby type result. We almost had that last night with Lincoln going 1-0 up against Chelsea before Chelsea pulled back 2 quick goals. All those goals happening in the space of 10 minutes. But yeah, not a good performance. Liverpool needed another late winner. 85th minute winner scored by Hugo Ekitike 1 minute before he gets sent off. But yeah, he got the eventual winner, which is all that mattered. At home to Southampton, Alexander Isak got his first goal for Liverpool. Southampton really handed it to him. He didn't have to work for it at all. But I mean, the performance like that at Anfield to take them up to the 85th minute, I think it's just still a really good sign for Southampton. For Liverpool though, just kind of more signs of some little chinks in the armor, and this is why I do think, like I said, more than tomorrow, but just off the bat, this is why I do think the league is far from over. Obviously, there was rotation to this Liverpool side naturally, it's a Carabao Cup game, and they got a pretty big game coming up this weekend in the Prem, so you rest where you can. But at least good for them that they did get a debut goal, or not debut goal, first goal for Alexander Isak, and it's probably going to be a big boost to his confidence. I think these late goals, man, they're becoming a problem. For the longest time, I thought to myself it was just luck. Then I kind of flip-flop to the other side where I go, it's not luck, it's just that Liverpool will run every other team into the ground. They are mentality monsters, the epitome of mentality monsters. They will not give up. So I'm never surprised when they get a late goal, but at the same time, I am surprised just at how often they are able to pull it off. After last night, bro, I'm like, okay, come on, like at some point we have to say that this is also luck plays a big part in any game of football, win or lose. There's some type of luck involved in it. This Liverpool thing, man, this trend is getting ridiculous. If we're being honest, it's ridiculous. I don't know how they keep getting away with it, but they do keep getting away with it. It's not necessarily a good sign. It's good that they can find a late winner, but it's not good that they are always seeming to need one, because you don't want to spend majority of your football matches in that position where you're chasing a winner. Let me know in the comments, do you think this is just is it just luck right now? The one place I think Liverpool do have a lot of luck though is injuries. That's the one place where I think, okay, 100% that's where Liverpool are getting lucky, because every other team seems to be getting bombed with injuries since last season, and Liverpool have been getting away with every game week scot-free. And I'm not obviously wishing injury on anybody. I'm just saying that's a massive bit of good luck that is going in Liverpool's favor. I don't know how they are doing it, but they are doing it. And I wish that Arsenal knew their secrets, because if you haven't heard the news, Noni Madueke is set to miss out maybe 2 months of football, according to David Ornstein, because of injury he picked up in that Manchester City game over the weekend. A game that I didn't give my thoughts on before, and I will very quickly now. I think that Pep Guardiola went there scared. I think that Arsenal lined up wrong from the start. I think Arteta should have been a bit braver. I think he gave a little bit too much respect, but he did also become the first manager to go 5 league games unbeaten against Pep Guardiola. We needed a late goal of our own to salvage a point there, and it was a bit of a must win for us, if we're being honest. I don't think we're going to have as much joy going to the Etihad, so a home game against any of the big boys you kind of treat as must wins. What a goal by Gabriel Martinelli. What an assist by Eberechi Eze. Solid comeback. We dominated the game. Pep Guardiola had his lowest ever possession in a football match, only second. The one before that, the record before that, was also against Arsenal. So we are doing something right. Pep Guardiola is showing Arsenal the respect that I think Arsenal do deserve, although people like to laugh at the club because we don't have any trophies in the last 5 years. I think that what the club are doing is good. I don't think it's at all panic season just yet. But yeah, I would have liked to see us be a little bit more adventurous in that game. But that being said, back to the injury situation. Madueke is out, possibly out for 2 months. Arteta said it could be weeks, so fingers crossed that it's more that than something else, because so far Arsenal have picked up an injury in every single game that they've played this season. That is not sustainable, no matter how much depth we have. I guess the only place we can get away with it is in our defense, but I don't want to test that. Hincapié is also injured, so he's not going to be playing in tonight's game against Port Vale, which we're going to speak about now, because this is, like I said, a competition that is winnable, it's gettable, and I think that Arsenal, of all clubs, have no excuse to not go all in for it. We've definitely got the depth for this competition. Port Vale are, all due respect to them, they're not the most challenging side, so there's opportunity for a lot of rotation. I'm expecting to see wholesale changes tonight as much as he can, but because of certain injuries, you'll probably see someone like Gabriel still starting. Calafiore's been playing a lot of football, so MLS probably got to get a start at the left back. Kepa will probably get his start in goal. That's pretty much why I'm looking forward to this game, because I do want to see these side characters get some minutes. You know, Norgard's probably going to get a start tonight, hopefully, unless he somehow gets injured in the warm-up. With Arsenal's luck, wouldn't be surprised. Probably Max Dowman getting minutes tonight, Ethan Ranieri as well. Going to be interesting to see what he does up top. I would genuinely like to see Gabriel Martinelli given a shot at striker. Why not? You know, I think he's been rested a lot for the last 2 games, came on from the bench, so he's probably got more than enough energy in the tank. I think this is a game that we should absolutely win. I'm hoping that we aren't the Grimsby that I was saying there's opportunity for. And yeah, I think that it should be a cool, calm, collected win for Arsenal. I hope it's a big win. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that fixture and your predictions as well. The other opportunities for a Grimsby-esque result tonight are Huddersfield versus Manchester City. Man City are away for this game. Newcastle at home to Bradford City, so I think much less of an opportunity for a shock upset there. And then we got Spurs at home to Doncaster, and if I were a betting man, that's who I'm putting money on for one of those Grimsby-esque type shocks, because with Spurs of all clubs, you never know, bro. Anything can happen. So let me know your predictions in the comments below for tonight's games, and also let me know your thoughts on the results from the Ballon d'Or awards, because believe it or not, some people don't think Ousmane Dembele should have won it. I think that's crazy talk, because you look at the accolades from last season, you look at the individual performances that he delivered week in, week out at PSG. I think it was a no-brainer. I think this is one of those very rare Ballon d'Or awards where the winner that won it should be undebatable, but apparently there is still some debate. Lamine Yamal obviously came second, which I think was justified. Some people making arguments that he should have won. I think if Barcelona won any more silverware, if they'd gone the distance in the Champions League, if they'd made the final, I think that you probably would have had a much bigger shout for Yamal or Rafinha to get it as well. I think Rafinha over Yamal, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, Dembele gets the win. Let me know if you guys think that this is a result that they got spot on, because a lot of the times they don't. The winner of the Women's Ballon d'Or, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, I apologize, but it's Aitana Bonmati. She won the Women's Ballon d'Or award. I didn't see very much debate there, although I would have tried to debate my ass off for one of the Arsenal women who finished second and third, but I think that 100% you could have given it to one of the Arsenal women who really dominated awards-wise last night, and understandably so after their Champions League win last season. This season so far on women's football started off quite well. I have started watching a lot more of the WSL. Games are free to watch on YouTube, so it's kind of very easy to get into it, and the football is really good. I can't lie, I've been sleeping on this, and I'm going to be following that week in, week out. Maybe at some point we'll get a WSL segment on the show as well. PSG were named the men's club of the year. Not much argument there again, considering they did a quadruple last season, so who else could it be? The women's club of the year was, of course, Arsenal, after everything that they did last season. Phenomenal work. The Gerd Muller award went to none other than Victor Gyökeres. This is obviously for the most prolific striker in Europe, and that is exactly what he was last season, and Leeds have already experienced that firsthand. Port Vale, you're next. Donnarumma won himself the Yashin Award, best goalkeeper in Europe again. No arguments there. I do hate that he's at Manchester City now. I'm happy that we could at least score past him, but my word, it's gonna be a long few seasons ahead with Donnarumma in goal at Man City, as if Edison wasn't already bad enough. Lamine Yamal won the Copa Trophy again, understandably so. I think he outperformed absolutely any teenager we've ever seen at this level of football. The most debatable thing will probably just be the overall rankings for the Ballon d'Or nominees. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on the Ballon d'Or awards. You think all these awards were justified? Do you have different picks for some of these awards? Let me know. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys more tomorrow, where we'll be doing our predictions for Premier League fixtures again this coming weekend. Some tough games to talk about. For now though, please do leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.